now we're going to transition over to soccer and welcome in senior Nick Surowicz. I'll let you get the headset on before we. Thank you very much for joining me, Nick. Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
First and foremost, congratulations to you. Yeah, it's a big honor this week. You get the OAC Offensive Player of the Week. You know, how did that feel once you got the announcement?
Honestly, it felt really good. I've put in a lot of hard work all 5 years, so it felt good to get recognized for something like that.
And you weren't the only Yellow Jacket to get recognized as well as Zoltan Nagy, your goalkeeper. He was recognized as a Defensive Player of the Week. Did it make it even more special to see somebody else from your team also get the recognition from the conference?
Yeah, no, it definitely felt good to see Zoltan get his second OAC Player of the Week award. But I think it's also, I would give it to our defense too, because while he obviously did a great job controlling it, making saves when he needed to, I think our defense did a great job limiting the amount of chances and high just shot opportunities when needed.
Defensively, you really seem to come together as a team. And like you said, while Zoltan's handling his business on the back end, you guys are doing a good job overall to make sure that the ball doesn't even get to that point. How have you been able to do that?
Yeah, well, for one thing, this team, more than any other year I've been a part of, I think they have more depth than we've ever had at every position. And I think we're all just more energized, and we honestly just want it more. I think the character of this team has really grown, and our culture is just through the roof right now.
Talk about the development of that culture. Obviously, Coach Ayers has been here for a long time, but you've been here for the last 5 years, and you've gotten to see this program kind of move itself forward. What have you seen in your time here at BW in terms of that culture building and developing?
Yeah, I mean, you got to start. Obviously, there was a culture put in place beforehand, but I think the class I'm a part of, because there's 3 other fifth years still, I think we've instilled a great culture among the team, and it's just everybody's doing their part, doing their job. We're holding each other accountable and just doing what we have to do.
Yep. So this is your 5th year in the program. What made you want to come back for this last year, and how grateful are you that you had another year because of the success that you've already experienced?
Yeah, so actually I could have a 6th year if I wanted to. My senior year of high school, I tore my ACL in both meniscuses, so I was out my entire freshman year. And then we obviously had our COVID year too. So I've dealt with some injury troubles. So it was just, wait, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, just what made you want to come back for that 5th year?
Yeah. So obviously I wanted to give it another run with some of the guys, because I think we had a chance to turn the program around. Obviously last year wasn't our greatest year, but I thought we did have the pieces in place. He was bringing in a large freshman class, and I think they've done an excellent job, and I just wanted to be a part of it. And then also, I was going to be around anyways because I'm doing my MBA here in business analytics, so, like, why not?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be here, you might as well enjoy the time, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Is there I mean, obviously you have to finish this year first, but is there a 6th year potentially in the cards, or depends on how this one ends up?
Honestly, I guess we'll see. You never know, but this is most likely my last run.
So you want to make it count?
Yeah, definitely.
On the season, well, actually, we'll go to this past week first before we get to your season totals, both of which are very impressive. 7 goals and 1 assist this past week. Each game you scored at least 2. You had a hat trick in one of them. What is going right for you over this last, week to 10 days?
Honestly, part of it, everybody's just playing really well right now. Like, everybody's just coming together, and we're playing as a team, and they're finding me. But one of the things I've noticed is I've been taking a lot more shots. Like, before, I only had, I want to say 16 shots in the previous 7 games. I was only averaging 1 or 2 a game. But I've been getting at least 7 or 5 or so per game. So I think just more shot volumes helped a lot. And then everybody's just playing well, honestly. We just need to keep it up.
Yeah, it's not just generation of shots. I mean, you have 30 on the year, but if you look at your percentage of shots to shots on goal, it's like 66.7%. You've gotten 20 on goal out of the 30, so you're not just taking shots to take them. You're getting quality looks, and by and large, you're putting them in the back of the net at a 50% clip once they get on goal.
Yeah, no. Like with all the injuries I've had, I'm obviously not the most athletic person. So I always think like I need to work smarter, not harder. Like I'm not going to beat anybody with just like blistering speed. I just need to play smart, and that like leads to me getting a lot more shots on target because I'm making those right runs and putting myself in the right places to put them in the net. So yeah.
Talk about those injuries a little bit. You mentioned having the double knee issues with the both meniscuses getting damaged, and then the torn ACL. Was there any doubt that you were going to come back from those, or were you pretty set that, hey, this is just a roadblock that I'm going to get through, and then we're going to, play in college too?
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't intending to play soccer in college because I tore it my senior year, and I wasn't going to any ID camps or honestly doing any research into my college. Obviously, I came here, and it was the greatest decision of my life. But I'm really thankful I did end up playing. And, yeah, those injuries have been a struggle. I broke my foot sophomore year also, and then I actually broke it senior year too, and I never got surgery on it, and it's actually still broken right now. So it's a struggle, but just playing with everybody and doing how well we're doing, it's all worth it.
Wow. It never fully healed.
No, I was going to get surgery in February, but it wasn't going to line up exactly with the season. So I broke it midway through last year, and then I played on it for another 3 weeks, and then I sat out 4 games and came back the rest of the year.
So at this point, I mean, how important is pain management to you?
Oh, I mean, it's huge. Thankfully, we have the greatest trainer at BW, Cindy Zilko. She does an excellent job with us and all the players and just making sure that we're set up for success on the field.
I can attest to that. I was a student taking a health class that Cindy was a teacher's assistant for, and I've watched her kind of go through the ranks and eventually return to her alma mater, and has really done a nice job with the athletic training program and helping the athletes stay on the field as much as possible. Just how important is that? I mean, to have that kind of support on the back end. She doesn't get a whole lot of shout-outs, but she puts in a lot of work. Her team puts in a lot of work to make sure that you can play and that your teammates can play.
She is definitely the most important member of this team. She makes sure that all the athletes, soccer and basketball, she makes sure they're all just ready to go no matter what. And she puts us first and spends a lot of time with us, after hours and everything. So shout out, Cindy. We really appreciate you.
Taking a look at what the team has done, obviously we mentioned 9-0-1 on the season. Does that one kind of stick with you a little bit longer because you start to play that what-if game and, we could be 10-0 instead of 9-0-1?
Yeah, honestly, that was my worst game of the season. I remember it like it was yesterday because it wasn't that long ago, obviously. But unfortunately, I did have a chance to put one in the net. It wasn't a super good chance, but I definitely should have scored it. So I've been thinking about that game a little bit, but really you just got to look at the positives. We still haven't lost, and the team is clicking on all cylinders, so I'm not too worried about it.
How excited are you to start Ohio Athletic Conference play coming up here in the next few weeks?
I'm very excited. If you looked at the pre-rankings of the teams, obviously the OAC, they kind of wrote us off a little bit, and I'm hoping we can change their minds a little bit, and I think we've done a good job so far.
Do you think you're going to still catch people by surprise, or do you know now that, hey, people may have thought one way about us before the season started, but now, they're going to give us our best, so we have to give it right back to them?
Yeah, no, I hope we keep catching them by surprise, but honestly, I hope we keep that underdog mentality because, that's what we are. After such a disappointing season for our standards, we wanted to come back and really give it our all. So I'd like to think we're still underdogs and they're still underestimating us.
What's the ultimate goal for this underdog team?
To make that tournament. Obviously, we want to win the OAC. We also need to make the playoffs. That's one of the big goals. So I'd say the playoffs, win the OAC, and if we can, get to the tournament.
Off the field, you mentioned that you're going for your MBA and you're heavy into the analytics side of things. Does the analytics side help you with your soccer game?
No. Whenever I'm playing soccer, I'm not the most analytical guy. Every time Reed's asking us questions, before the game of like the press or possession or whatever, I'm just hoping he doesn't call on me because I have no idea what the answers are. I just know on the field, like I'll be the smartest guy I can, and because I have to work smarter, not harder.
So, after you're done here at BW, what are you hoping to use that degree to do? What's the next step for you?
Honestly, I have no idea right now. I'm kind of just living life, and I know I'm a smart guy, so I will figure it out. My main goal is I want to move out of Ohio a little bit. I've lived here my entire life, except for like when I was under 5, I lived in Tennessee and Seattle. So I kind of want to move out west again.
Okay. Is there
Ohio though?
Is there any particular reason? Like what's attracting you out west?
I mean,
a lot of beautiful country out there.
Yeah, I've been out there for vacation. I lived in Kirkland for a little bit. It's just beautiful. They like hockey a little bit more in some areas. I'm a big hockey guy.
Who's your team?
The Blue Jackets, unfortunately.
There you go. Hey, there's nothing unfortunate about being a Blue Jackets fan.
We got Johnny Gaudreau.
Yeah, they've had a heck of an offseason. Let's see if they can parlay it into
some success.
some regular season success that's sustainable. I myself am a Blue Jackets fan, so I understand the plight and the journey to get to this point. Hopefully they can get things going. But thank you, Nick, for all your time. We greatly appreciate it. We want to wish you the best of luck the rest of the way, and hopefully we'll be talking about you getting to the OAC tournament and then maybe beyond that next step.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Thank you very much. That is the reigning Ohio Athletic Conference Offensive Men's Soccer Player of the Week, Nick Surowicz, again with an absolutely incredible week. He led the team to success by scoring 7 goals and tallying 1 assist. He had 3 multi-goal games, including a hat trick, and then 2 other games with 2 goals apiece. Just an outstanding performance thus far on the season for Nick. One more team that we got to look back and see how they performed. That is the women's volleyball team. The Bolton